And welcome back, EGF fans. We do have the Power Series Valorant here with qualifiers day 1. We are with Group 4. And I do have to get something out the way. Sorry for the apologies for the way we ended that last one. A little bit of communication problems, but we got it all worked out now. Won't happen again. But that being said, we do have one of our main matches coming up, which is Delaware and St. John's. And as I preluded to worse the last map, this is one we've been looking forward to.
Yeah, it's this one, and of course, when St. John's goes up against Butler University, those are the two big primo matchups. And we're going to start out here with University of Delaware versus St. John's. We can kind of see how these teams are going to stack up. We didn't quite see how Butler is going to play in the next matchup against St. John's. We didn't see how they were going to play that. We're kind of seeing them um, do a little tomfoolery, if you will. And going out here onto Bind, we kind of talked about this way earlier in the day. If you've been here since the very beginning, we talked about how Bind is slightly defender sided, but not too defender sided. And the changes they've made to this map, with that short box being changed now, no longer just a cheese way for Sages and Jets and what have you to get on top of there and start wreaking havoc and making short pushes a absolute nightmare. Um, Instead, it's going to be a little bit more open for that attacking side to get in there, get the utility off, and start clearing angles on that site.
Yeah, and thinking back to all the bind maps that we have had, it's been a lot of about top frags, right? Been a lot about those entry picks, really showing off some of the duelist classes, and the potential that they have. But looking at Delaware and St. John's, I'm expecting a bit more. I'm expecting that they do a little bit more team play, a little bit more utility, kind of like how we saw with Butler and how they used, Trailblazer and all the utility from Sky and how they played around exactly what they needed to do to get, safe frags, safe entry picks. And that's something that we haven't been seeing very much. So with Delaware and St. John's, I expect that from them. With them, as you would say, having a little bit more time in the game.
Yeah, and we're going to be going in right now,
Woo!
it would seem, entering into that agent selection. And I'm going to be interested to see what is going to come out here. So far, I'm looking at what's getting locked in. Very standard stuff. The Reyna is kind of an is kind of like a something you can be running on this side. Um, Jet has fallen off on Bind a lot. I saw Neon for a second. I was a little surprised. I'm not expecting a Neon. Um, but definitely could come out, but definitely the Raze is a stronger pick. And yep, Kenny understands that and is going to be locking in that Raze. A little bit of phone service with that Neon Hover. And going to be the solo Viper, actually, going to be coming out here on Bind. This is an option if you want to be running that Reyna instead of the Astra. I mean, I've seen it before. I'm not sure if I'm a big, like, Astra is just the best controller by far right now. Should almost be permanent on every single map. We're seeing it kind of getting hovered over here by University of Delaware. We're going to end up seeing what's going to happen. And I'm also a big fan of Sky kind of being available on the field a lot of the time. Sova, though, is also such a strong initiator currently
Select your
that
agent.
I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. What do you want to go for? And a lot of it is going to be personal preference. But Sofa's kind of been perma-run, and so is Astra. But no Astra going to be on the side of St. John's. Looks like that will be the final lock-in from Delaware.
Yeah, and Delaware taking their time getting these lock-ins picked up, maybe talking a little strategy, exactly what they want to do before the game loads in. Yeah, St. John's, I love what they're doing right now. I always love the Chamber pick. Still a big fan of Cypher, but still not going to see that. But that's okay, because Cypher isn't quite as strong as Chamber is right now, especially with the amount of economy boost he brings to the team. And you could always go with the double sniper, but no Jet in this game. And I'm gonna be honest, I think this is the first one without a Jet. So we will be seeing a little bit more of a controlled style from both teams. I think both teams understand exactly how important this one is, knowing that they both still have to go up against Butler, and that's where the money is going to be made.
Yep, definitely the money going to get made there. And just for right now, we are seeing how this defense is going to get started out here. It looks like they're having their Astra stay in spawn just for now. We're going to end up seeing where that Astra does go. Looks like it's going towards B. Going to be 3 men. B hold. The Viper has the wall set up to help B as well. It's a heavy B defense right now. They don't have a wall on A for holding back a push. They only have that Raze utility. Going to be in that paint shells to kind of hold back any pushes. And it looks like Viper's actually going to be towards showers. Typically, you see the Raze go over there if they buy utilities such as the Boombot, because it's so good at clearing it out. But instead, going to be the Boombot up mid. Ooh, oh, doesn't get the TP off. He ends up dying there.
Yeah, Javester just not ready for the amount of aggression going to come out from the B deciding defense there, as Delaware is going to have that first one go down. St. John's is doing a little bit of a cautious push. I like that aggression right there. Delaware just not holding back. They's going to try to clean up the kill. Can't find it. Going to be able to escape. But a lot of damage being put down as Knight cleans up another kill. Brown Bala going to be down. That's the Viper out. So now it's Delaware on the retake. Let's see what they can do. That's a lot of members to peek, but Relay finds the kill. Nice. Get the blind out there. Relay has to slow down. Wait for Sop. Get on in there. And it's just doing a good job of in and out, but Bazaar in the end finds the kill on Relay. It's going to slow down anything they want to do. St. John's doing a great job of cleaning up these kills. But that's going to be 2. It's not quite enough yet. Nice lineup here. Yep, lineup right here. And that's going to delay everything that wants to be done. And yeah, Delaware's going to have to either push or get out of there. And they elect to go for the kills. Small's going to be taken down.
There it is, the lineup. Lineup's going through. Gonna end up delaying it. They can't do anything right there. They're gonna just have to push. They're ready for it though. They have them holding it. And a really nice attack there from St. John's to start it out. A bit interesting in terms of once the TP came out from the Rays and they were kind of stuck there, it kind of just said, okay, they TP'd off of A. We can just full send it there. Our Chamber gets the first pick onto the enemy Viper, and site's just free for us so we can get our post plant set up and going. Now, on this anti-eco round, you already have a Vandal out from Small. Something you can do on the Reyna because you can get overheals going. You don't have to buy that full shielding, the whole 50 shield. You can buy 25, get a headshot, and go back up. So, a little bit of a greedier play, because if you die with that Vandal, obviously you're losing a lot of money and giving over a Vandal, but trying to play a little bit more safer with that, seeing all the way back in Fountain.
Yeah, and because bind is so what I would call almost linear, you don't have like the option of hard flanks for the attackers. I like that the Chambers aren't really worrying about super utility. They're putting a lot of investment into the bullets and getting that tour de force online, which is really, really nice. As we see early trading coming in for Delaware, gonna go in favor of St. John's. So St. John's is gonna be pushing in. Looking to find Delaware a bit off guard on B. It is a 3-man defense, as you pointed out, but Relay not going to find the kill. Void going to be swapping right over. And that just leaves a lonely Viper on A, which means the disadvantage to Delaware. As Bazaar going to find another kill. Knight cleaning up another one as well. This is just going downhill quickly for Delaware, as St. John's is going to put the plant down and set up for post plant, but Brown Ball's traded out, or Brown Ball traded out immediately.
Yeah, and that's kind of an expected anti-eco right now. Now let's see. We swapped over. Let's see if the bonus will actually go the way people expect bonuses to go now with these teams. So far, the entirety of tonight, it's always been the bonus gets lost by the team with the gun advantage. Not typically what you end up seeing. Typically, you're going to see the bonus as a way to do some economic damage, as you're already don't want to upgrade your Spectres that you hold on. You don't want to replace the 1,600 credits you've already invested on them. So you just keep them for this round. Do as much economic damage as possible. Get a plant down if you can. And that's kind of a good bonus. But we're going to see actually really aggressive play from Relay here, trying to get out the tour de force.
Yeah, and I like that aggression. They just push right out, trying to stop that early chamber ult, but it did, you know, in the end, Knight does a good job of avoiding it and pushing right back in, especially since St. John's is not giving a good damn, and they are pushing right in. Knight gonna find the kill on Relay, and I do love that he hasn't even bought a gun yet. He's just full econing and still finding the kills, and that's gonna be Soph just in. He's not having a good time here, as he's going to be pressured with these shock darts. Exotic going to be putting some utility down, trying to get some of these trade kills out. Not going to find anything with Trailblazer. Now they're just fully out of utility, and it's going to be all on Delaware just to find the gun skill picks if they can. Blind comes out, not going to find anything either. Void going to be pushing in.
One enemy remaining.
And it's Exotic getting the trade kill, and another one. And the shock dart is eventually going to end up finding it as Bazaar takes down Exotic.
Not a single bonus has gone the way of expectations tonight. That has continued in this match. Maybe one day. Maybe tomorrow we'll see it. But tomorrow we'll end up seeing bonuses go the way of bonus. I think there's kind of been... I think people don't respect bonuses enough, maybe. They are kind of just like, okay, it's the bonus, we're going to get this going. But as you see today, you actually have to have bonus strats. You have to have strats for bonus rounds. for anti
Yep.
bonus, because if you don't, you're just gonna get sometimes just run over by 5 specters, and people don't really understand how they like realize it in the moment of like when they get run over by the specter, like man, running gunning on the specter is broken. They kind of forget, and then the next time they get run over, like it's broken. Like they just don't play around it sometimes.
Yeah, and this also
Oh!
could be due to, you know, just finding your groove in a game, right? Like, that shot right there from Relay, that is huge. Even Knight thinks that was a nice shot, and it was. And those are the types of shots that need to be found here for Delaware. Their defense needs to find a little bit of footing in order to slow down the momentum that St. John's has found. Orb going to be picked up by Bazaar, so now it's a bit of a slow push. I do like how they try to feel out, make them use their utility. Not going to find anything with Trailblazer, but now they know. Couple members over on long. And B looks like the site they do end up want to take, as utility is going to come out from the Viper. Continues those blast packs to jump right into the site, and there they go. They find out Exotic knew that they were there, only place they could be, and they just should know that everyone else is towards spawn. And the elbow fight, it does go the way of Relay. And Smalls got out of there just in the nick of time.
Oh, Relay.
Nice! Nice grenade jump there.
Oh, Relay!
And now here we go. He's feeling himself. Gonna be looking for it. Got another one.
Oh!
And there it is with the ace. Relay coming in. And
That
gonna
was
get that defuse.
That was great. That was great stuff from Relay to save the round, not let them go up 4-0. They had a gun differential. They were down sheriffs. They had only sheriffs. That's a ace coming out from Relay. Nice shots, nice utility usage. Finds them the ace, gets them back in this game, gets the economy, starts swinging back in their favor. I mean, you see it there, Kenny, right? Only 2,000 credits, you know? Only 2,000 credits to go. Can't really get anything. Probably gonna have to go for a sheriff or a specter. Gonna be the sheriff picked up for them. And I'm kind of interested to look at this Delaware Viper ult, you know? Not Viper ult, Viper wall. It's always being set here to play hookah, because what it's trying to do is when it goes up, it's trying to allow their players on site to try and swing out and clear gardens or even contest hookah a little bit. It's just kind of allowing them to play a lot more aggressive on B, but you can't when the Small's there with a Vandal.
Yeah, Jeffster there was definitely feeling exactly what was going to happen. And now, you know, all sites are looking towards this lamps area, trying to push into A. And it's just going to be a quite back off for a Relay. Got to be feeling themselves, especially after that ace round. Maybe that's what it was. Gave Delaware a boost of confidence to go in and try to do anything. But now we're going to have the Seekers going out. Going to be getting a lot of information. Void finds Relay. What a beautiful wall. But it was actually going to be pushing over towards B now. And I love this. It's almost like they knew they were going to rotate. And now they're pushing in. And Spotty on the backside of the site there is going to find the kill. And now the rotation comes back because of the kill. And now it's just all up in the air with a 3v3. Everyone at full health, full buy. It's gonna be a bit about teamwork now.
30
I'm
seconds
sorry,
left.
Viper's still over on A. Did not realize that everyone was going to be pushing into sight, and they're going to get the bomb down. And Elbow is going to be where the fight maybe takes place. No, they're going to back out as the Trailblazer comes looking for a target, and it does end up spotting Viper. So Void is going to throw down the pit in order to delay any kind of entry.
Oh, almost finds it there through the Viper's pit. If they find that Viper pit kill, oh, that's gonna walk straight into it. If they found it on the cross, that would have been massive, but now it's gone. A lot of the excursion on the point is the site is now gone. They now can start focusing their attention towards gardens. They don't know where the last one is. They're looking towards hookah. They both believe it to be there. The diffuser's gonna come in. They don't Sova ult. They Sova ult so late. You can't be doing that. You have to understand when they're on it. Now you are minus an ult. You lose the round and you die at the end. You lose your gun. That was, I mean, that was disastrous there. By Bizarre. That was bizarre, if you will.
That was, that's tough. That's some tough stuff if I've ever seen it. My goodness. It's so funny the way these rounds go. It's
I was
like
wondering what's
this
going
team
on.
should win. I thought it was lineups. I thought lineups were coming in, and then I saw the ult was online, so I was like, okay, all right, we're gonna
Just wait.
just didn't pull anything out, and now that puts Delaware right back into the game. They have more than an advantage here, as it looks like St. John's is going to be on a bit of a lighter buy, as it's a ton of people, but there's the teleport to get him out. And you know, because of Knight, as he goes down, I was just about to say, Knight was doing a nice econ and got the operator. It ends up going into the hands of Delaware. So now you have a pretty scary situation of an op sitting right there on the back of site. and no one to pressure him out. It's going to have to be the Rays with the Sheriff, and that is a tough ask for any Rays.
Right now, it's going to be Javster back of sight with that operator. Not the CS one. It's going to be the Valorant one. Not as effective. Still 2 away from the tour de force. Now only 1 because the head's been taken off by Kenny. 5 HP and a dream, though, for this Rays. They've gotten in. They have the first pick for themselves onto the site. Bomb is down. 3-man rotating through TP. They know it's coming hookah. Can they stop this aggression out of hookah?
And now they know there's one elbow with the Hawk going out, going to be flashed, but didn't find anything. So now they know they're surrounded, and St. John's needs to find some picks here in order to keep it going. And they are just surrounded. There's the first one. Smalls cannot find the second one, and that's going to be Exotic picking up the 4K in this round.
Yeah, 4K going to be coming through for Exotic. Halfway given. Then it's going to be, I believe, the Sky that's going to receive that, only 1 point away from those Seekers. And man, what a nice retake there. The explosion out of hookah and backside. The Reyna was not in position to stop them. Swung out too late. Raze was already through. Finds one, traded out. And by then it's just too late. The elbow pressure comes through. You have the Raze exploding out of hookah. They find the shots they need. I mean, that's the biggest part, is you can do the rollouts all you want. If you don't hit those incredibly difficult shots, then that all falls apart. So now we're going to be seeing how they kind of adapt now. 3 rounds in a row for University of Delaware. Ever since that bonus didn't go their way, they take the thrifty, and now they've ran with it.
Yeah, and worse, I told you, we got a game. I knew these teams would be stepping up and individual players finding their way. And now it's Javster's time to step up, finding 2 up there in hookah. And that's going to put Delaware in quite a big advantage. Coming through onto Long B, you're going to be looking to be entering the site as a 3-man unit. No rotations coming through just yet. I love the pit being dropped there on A. Just denies everything they want to do. And Delaware's got to know exactly where St. John's is. But Javster going to be doing that trade there. They know he's still there. And now they know where the second one is. Bizarre is caught out, and Exotic cleans that kill up. Beautifully played by Delaware.
Beautifully played indeed, and so far Delaware has not looked back. Ever since that bonus, they lost it, and it was the ace coming out from the Rays on Delaware's side, and they have just been so filled with confidence. They've even won some rounds they probably shouldn't have, won some clutches they maybe shouldn't have, but still, the board speaks for itself. Up 4-3, and can they continue this? It's going to be St. John's taking its time out. They need to regroup, need to think about what do they need to change up on this attack side. What do they need to do differently? Well, yeah, you go.
I was going to say, well, yeah, St. John's confidence got to be shaken a little bit, right? You know, you go up 3-0, and all of a sudden this four-round storm comes back from Delaware, and you've been doing things so good. You know, you get into these sites, you get the bomb down, but it's the retakes and the post plants that are letting you down. And you even had a chance to win that 5th round, I believe, but the Sovault just came out late, and it's just a miscommunication, and I think that's probably what they're talking about here.
Yeah, as I said, like, their site executes are pretty fine from what I'm seeing. Like, I'm not seeing anything egregious. I'm not seeing anything done improperly per se. There are like a couple minor things, but I'm not expecting like perfect executes like in the sort of micro sense. But in a micro terms, they're good. It's just the post plans come through and they're a little bit slow on trades. They don't have the utility in time, or utility's too fast. Like when they were running through hookah, the paint shells were out as they're walking into hookah. Like you need those paint shells to deny when they burst out. You can't use them that early. So it's in those post-plant situations. It's on those when the enemies are retaking into them. How do you deny them angles? How do you deny them space? How do you deny them the ability to get into certain positions and start actually fragging from there? If you put them in uncomfortable positions, they just can't frag. And so far, it just has been a kind of, the utility hasn't been there to put them in those bad situations in the post-plant.
Yeah, and for St. John's and Delaware, both Kenny and Relay, both on the Rays, they have both been using their utility quite early, and that's kind of what's put the, St. John's on the backside, especially after the plan comes through. But nice trade there for St. John's. They definitely, Knight doing his job, getting everything done over there next to Showers, and now here comes the rotate, and it is full on. I don't believe anybody's sitting at B, so site wide open for Delaware. They don't know it yet. They are going to take their time a little bit putting in, but they do know now with some of the utility being exposed from the other chamber. And here comes a Hawk, blinds about 3, but it's not going to be enough to dissuade the plant as it does go down in the middle of the site.
Can they get through here? Well, they're looking at Seekers for that. Hawk comes through as well, but no, the shot still rings true for Kenny. Through the box though, they do fight it. Oh, the TP into the vulnerability. That's gonna do a lot of damage there tonight, and he's now gone. Smalls fighting for his life, and Hookah has to reposition. But now they don't know. Do they know Void? Now they definitely know Void's behind. Gave away the position, just throwing out the utility. But now they're pinched.
Now, Brown Bala now is in a tight spot in between two players and the utility being sprung down on top of the bomb, and it's not going to be enough time. They know it. They're going to go for the chase kill. Not going to hit the first shot, but the second shot finds True, as you say, and Smalls cleans up the round.
Yes, and I guess we just got to get sheriffs in everyone's hands if you want these rounds to be won. As really good job from Kenny to find that intro frag onto B. And I don't know, it's kind of, they got really caught up in that there was a pick A. They were like, guys, you need to come over. And then they were just like, guys, it's fine. We're just going to leave. Like if we're not committed onto a site, we're just going to leave, bro. Like, we don't have to be here. I got invited, but I don't have to stay. Like, and now it's just kind of, across, I mean, look at that, six all across the board for St. John's. They're kind of equally fragging. It kind of shows off no one person on this team is being the standout player. They're all like equally fragging, trying to get their licks in when they can. And it's just kind of been this rotation game. They've been losing at times, and these post plants that just haven't been going their way. But they all can frag.
No, yeah, absolutely. Both of these teams have shown each player's had their moment to shine, and shine they have. They've stepped up in quite a few ways. Both Knight and Jabster are going to have the tour de force out and ready to go. But the wall is going to block some vision for St. John's, give them a little bit of delay here. And Delaware also going to be putting down that wall, blocking just enough of the front there for Smalls to peek over the top. Kind of funny how Delaware's wall is kind of helping St. John's in a little bit there. As they start pushing through to the point, the blind does stop the Roomba, but it is traded right back as Astra and Rays fall respectively. Now they're just pushing on, kind of feeling the waters, getting their Sova in place. And Brown Ball, no one saw him in showers. Avoid's going to clean up the kill, and that was just unlucky timing. I think they both peaked at the same time, and Brown Ball found the kill. But they're going to pick the plan here. I'm not sure they know any rotations are coming through. And now, yeah, they hear him coming, and the pit is going to be dropped just outside of showers as the spray comes down from Relay, just trying to get those really, really lucky kills on the Viper inside there. Now they're going to see where she's at, but Relay gets the kill there, and Void's going to swing back, but Exotic has the Randus number, and it's on to Jeffster, and he finds it. You're right, the sheriffs are doing it, and yeah, his is nice, but still a sheriff.
It's always these post plants, man. I feel like they have such good positions, and then the wall comes down. They take way too long to plant. They're scared of a peak coming out. But then when they actually end up having to plant because the time's going down, they don't have wall up. So then it's gonna be Relay walks in, finds a pick, finds so much damage, and finds a pick, and then gets traded out. But then you just broke it open. Now you don't have the trade for the planter. So now what's going to happen? He's going to turn around. He's getting pinched from U-Haul. There should have been someone there watching it, but instead they got traded out because the wall wasn't up because you waited too long. And from there it just descends where the U-Haul pinches the guy holding on site, and then bam, the site guy goes down, and then they can just kind of slowly walk into Viper's pit. Obviously, Jabster hits a nasty flick, but you know.
Yeah, Void trading Brown Balla out there and takes a lot of damage for it, but that is one agent down on Delaware's side. And now we got to be thinking they're going to be pushing pretty hard with this one-player advantage, and they don't know that there's only one here, but that is going to send Kenny right over to U-Haul, trying to find a way in, and Relay is always a stabilizing factor for this Delaware team. Watching those showers, making sure no one's coming in on the flank, and they know bomb's down on A, so there's almost no chance of a rotation unless they go through the teleporter. But Smalls finally shutting Relay down. Such a big pick, and it's the plant that's going to come through.
Knight comes through, and again, Knight trying to TP out, but ends up dying. That's the chamber from both sides, has been caught on TP multiple times. Not as infallible as people may believe it is. Can still get caught if you are unawares. Gonna have the wall come in. U-Haul being pushed solo right now, but still, the Astra finds it. They don't know the smoke's gonna be there. They get expecting to see the bomb planter. They don't find it, and oh, an amazing job there. The Astra utility plus the frags come out with that Vandal, secure them the round. Like, you know, he comes through that wall. He's like, I'm gonna shoot this guy planting. Oh, I can't see him. What's going on?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right. And you know, it's funny you made the point earlier about the utility being used, like the
BYB
Viper wall
fam,
being down
going
and
to
stuff. But
Astral
right
to
there,
do them Astral
Delaware does a
Guardian
great job
things
of
I do.
retaking and turning it right around with, you know, Cosmic Divide. There's some times when we watch these, you know, pretty great teams play that they have such unique ideas and such good setups that it's so hard sometimes to like say that anyone did anything super wrong there. It was just really good outplays from both teams, and that's what we're kind of looking for. We're looking for these players to step up and shine through. And it's Void's turn now as we're on board with him, looking to see if we can find some picks. Deaths are going to be waiting here up in hookah. Not going to be taken out the window. Windows going to come through. Now they know. Teleports right out. And that's a good spot for Chamber. I love that when they do that.
Finally trying to make some very heavy early aggression towards B. Long is secured. That orb as well comes with it.
No.
Hookah in their way as well.
Yeah, maybe trying to bait out a couple of people to rotate. Doesn't look like they're pushing in just yet. I'm not sure if they actually want to commit to this or if they just want to make a bunch of noise in order to get some other members of Delaware to sneak on over. They do have vision of one, so now they know, and they are actually just going to pop Sobalt and try to get him out of that corner. And a paint shell comes through. It's down some pretty decent damage onto St. John's.
Oh.
And Kenny's going to be taken out by Exotic. So no use of that rocket there. And Relay. Gosh, Delaware is just trading so beautifully back and forth, and that's going to be them
fake.
sending. Yeah, they just sent Relay back over to A just in case, since they know they have the advantage.
I think it's fake. I think they have the wrong read here. Viper has found no information. I think they thought it was too quiet. But now they're going to realize it's coming out. The vulnerable doesn't matter. They has to make a play. The Astro Bullets find True. The trade comes in from Exotic from elbow in a well-played round by Safadi. I don't want to mess that up too bad, but I think it's Safadi.
I think Safai, yeah, something like that. Yeah, Safai, we'll go with that. And the sidestep there, just on the corner peak, threw off St. John's just enough to get that second kill. And how crucial was that for Exotic to be on the back end to trade out the last one? Because if that kill doesn't come through, I mean, you just... Woo, we're going to have a bit of a fiesta there, I think, on point B, and it could have been anyone's game because the rotations were coming through for Delaware. It was a 3v3 right there. So, well played by St. John's, but unluckily couldn't find the shots. And now they find themselves in a bit of a hole in the last round, 7-4. They have to find this round in order to keep their chances up to go into the next round feeling pretty good. And I like that. Nice early trade, find a gun, get Bazaar off of that Spectre, and give yourselves a chance for the post-plant situation. But Brown Bala wrapping around on Showers, and I think that's a one-way he's got set up right there as the Seekers come out.
Oh, that's a big dog.
That's a lot of them. As small as a trading. Nice, getting away, but not able to trade it back. And Exotic gonna clean up the rest of the round with Brown Bala, and that is the 7-4 right there. Oh, I'm sorry, Chamber's still alive. I thought he was dead. He had 1 HP left.
Yeah, this is last round, by the way.
Now he's got to find 2 big kills here. Gonna be
jumping a knife. Jumping a knife. Jumping a knife him.
He jumped right by. They know though. They know. I don't think they know he rotated fully. That is an insane play. And now it's Exotic, and there's a chance here. 1 bullet, 1 shot will win this round for St. John's. You got to find it here, Knight. Thinking maybe the rotation's going to come through on the backside. 2 ships passing in the night, but it does look like St. John's and Knight have a bit of the advantage. And now it looks like it's swapped back over to Exotic because he turned around to hold the site. Ooh, what a way to end that round. It does the 2-1 advantage, 8-4.
Very back and forth half so far. But as close as it's felt, it ends up with the same scoreline we've seen time and time again today, right? That 8-4. And I'm going to be interested to see how this defensive side for St. John's treats them. Or if University of Delaware's offense as well kind of proves to be another beast entirely. They had a very solid defense, so I wonder what they have, if they have any sets, strats so far for this bind attack. We're going to be seeing potentially a split here, a slow default to start it out. Prod for information, try to get some utility out from maybe the Sova or the Chamber or anyone else that they probably can to try and get an advantage onto a site and push in. Maybe some early Showers controls, however, from St. John's trying to repel the Sky, and looks like they'll do just that.
Yeah, Sky's not going to be feeling very good pushing in there alone. But yeah, if you're St. John's, you got to be feeling okay, especially since you left a couple of rounds that were on the board there for you. And now they're going to be looking to hold this defense strong, start bringing this game back. I love that they have the teamwork there, get a cover. Does get out with their lives, though. So Relay not going to go down from any of the spam from Exotic. But now they know at least there's 2 members on A, and the utility starts getting thrown out.
Utility is down. 5v5. Potentially could have been started. But no, it's going to be a 5-man rotate walking up through Hookah. Not a single member of University of Delaware even considers walking long. They want to try to jump out here and jump this Viper. Has this very defensive wall and has to run away. Noticing the footsteps, they're forced off into Garden.
Yeah,
They have the reinforcements coming through. The Viper fight! It's going to be massive!
It's going to be crucial for Void to win that fight, but doesn't end up finding it as Brown Bala keeps the position. And that's going to be huge for Delaware. If Void can stay alive there, it creates such a good off angle. Nice teleport out. And now here we go. The trade start coming through, and St. John's looks like they're taking a bit of an advantage. But Savati is going to find another kill onto Kenny. And Exotic is sitting here on the side, just trying to make sure they can wait for their teammate. Smalls is going to take the fight, and Exotic ends up winning it. Exotic is super low. Diffuse is going to try to start to come through. Delaware is going to be spamming it out. Blind comes through. They know he's blinded. Another blind as well. But he's going to stick to Diffuse. Going to pull off now. Just keeps trying, and there it is. Brown Bala finishes it off with the Frenzy.
Not really winnable there for Bazaar at the end. Very well played from University of Delaware. And now, started up as half, winning that pistol. We can expect a pretty good anti-eco. And if tonight's been any indication, apparently bonuses are not actually that favorable for the team with the advantage on guns. So, if by tonight's logic, they should go up 11-4 here. Now, will that happen? That's all going to be on St. John, how they kind of respond to this. It's going to be the Sheriff for Smalls and the Shorty down for Void. But that's all the investments they're making into this round outside of any other utility. But a full lineup of Spectres here. I'm expecting them to go a little too fast, a little too furious, maybe for their own good, if they run into Void Shorty.
Yeah, if Void can find some kills here, that would be huge for them on the retake, as it's just her in Chamber, but now they know. And I don't know if they know it's close. They don't know, but they do know it's a Shorty, so they got to understand that it's there. And he does. He finds one. Now you're going to be traded out as Brown Bala and Javster just jump right on in and take the 2 down that were holding the B site. And Delaware is free and clear to set up for this post plant.
Clear indeed. They have the post plant available for V3. Just some pistols available for St. John's. These angles are going to get hard held by the Spectres, but Kenny, with that classic, finds it. Now a 3-on-3. Guns still not in their favor. They finally make their way onto point. The time still ticking down. It's going to be hard for them to make it in here. They do find themselves a Spectres, however. An elbow. This fight is crucial, but Exotic wins it. The 2v1 goes their way.
Yeah, Exotic definitely win that one, and now it's all onto Smalls, but with all the utilities still available. And 3 different angles they got to watch. Smalls is going to have to pull some Superman heroics here. And yeah, it's just the Viper utility not letting Smalls have any chance at this, and it's just going to go for the kills. What a setup, and what a play by Exotic.
I mean, but goodbye Exotic at the end, but wasn't really going to keep that gun perhaps. Maybe they want to kind of continue this momentum. Maybe they put a rifle in their hands, or they could go, we're already this far ahead. We don't need to potentially break our economy next round. Don't force Exotic to spend that 3,900 credits. Instead, actually, no. Going to be spending a lot of money there. No, there you go. Opting for the Sheriff, opting for that half buy. They want to keep up. They want to have enough to full buy next round to match the full buy that could come out. Or, if enough kills go their way on bonus, there's not going to be a lot of money in the hand of people like Void, like Bazaar, like Knight, or any of them, really, for that matter. So, if those kills come in with these Sheriffs, they're going to do a lot of economic damage, and they can set themselves up as the advantaged economic state for the next round, even if they lose.
Yeah, I think you're right. If any kills come through with these Sheriffs, 2 or 3, it's a disastrous round. For Smalls and St. John's, but you know, Relay's just gonna rush right on in there. I love the aggression. Just gonna push right out New Fear and finds it and picks up a gun. That's exactly what they're looking for, and now real damage can be done as they're gonna just try to keep finding it. Kenny trades on Relay, but Brown Bala picks up another gun as well. So already, I would say mission accomplished for Delaware. They've taken down 2 members, and Jeffs are going to be trying on the rotation there. I love that Void was just sitting in the back. St. John's, you know, doing a little bit of lurking as Void ends up picking up that kill, and now they're going to have multiple angles to have to watch. Hookah, spawn, and potentially their own spawn. But Brown Bala shuts that down. and now we're just only have to hold 2 angles.
Only 2 angles have to be held in this position. A nice recon dart coming through. Does get destroyed very quickly. They probably know it's not spawn. They're sending this guy over to check. They know it's not spawn. They know where to hold. It's going to be hookah. It's going to be garden. And I wonder, can this Viper get out of there safely? It's going to have to be Savati to stop them. And elbows the next target of aggression, perhaps, as the peek comes in from Barbala. A little bit of a whiff there, but Exotic finds the kill on Bizarre. The trade comes through. Exactly what you need. You don't need to go 1v1. They go for the double swing. Well, not even double swing. They get ready for the trade. It doesn't even have to come through. Exotic finishes their 1v1 off and takes the round for them. 11-4 in what was promised to be, or looking to promise to be, one of the closest matches we've had all night. Could potentially end in the similar scoreline to some matches we've seen multiple times.
I actually think the closest one we've had is 12-5. So if St. John's can pick that up, we'll be right there where we've been. But yeah, St. John's, I think the big issue here is at the initial part of that retake, Kenny, I believe, was the one to jump out, and it gave Bizarre a chance to jump out of hookah as well. Oh, it was Void, and they took the site together, but then they split up, and that's not what you want to see. You guys need to be fighting together and trading out, especially in that disadvantaged situation. But Relay going to be throwing out early paint shells and a couple of blast packs, trying to get them out of whatever cubby they might be snuck into, as Brown Baller just holds steady. Viper wall going to go up. I like the spam on top, thinking maybe Kenny might be sitting up there. Not going to find anything, no. As it's just going to be a little bit of a regroup as Viper's working her way back over to the mid.
Very slow, very methodical way of playing this. They don't know quite where anyone is just yet. They committed the wall to A, so that could be where they're wanting to end this. But they're making some way up hookah, up short, into hookah. This hookah throws a death trap. 2 members waiting, one with a sheriff, one with a judge to swing, and the sheriff is all that's needed. As Exotic's head is now just gone, and Knight's position has not been compromised. They're now swinging hookah. Could be super dangerous for Relay if they are not aware of that chamber.
Yeah, and now Knight definitely knows exactly where they're at and is just going to run full force at him. Nice paint shell, going to put a little bit of damage down, but the damage is done. And Delaware suffers massive casualties as they are going to be looking to rotate super hard over to A. But there's so many different places you got to watch for. They are committing the wall. They think they can turn this one around. And maybe with some of the gun skills we've seen from Delaware, they definitely could, as it does look like the Owl Drone is going to be looking to find some members. Oh, Knight, he gets it! Knight gets it and picks up a gun. So now there is a chance for Jouster. Oh, nice boot there. Nice spray as Knight picks it up, and St. John's is going to bring it back. 11-5.
Definitely comebackable for St. John's. They have the raw skill to do it, but it's just been the game plan in the post plant has been crumbling under the retake pressure from University of Delaware, and has been lacking for them on their own retakes. So for now, they're trying to stabilize, see if they can enhance that part of their game. Because right now, they have to fight for their lives. As soon as that goes to 12, they know they're going to overtime. And that's such a marathon. It's kind of a marathon that you have to sprint your way towards, because you have to play with a tempo that doesn't allow Delaware to ever get onto their own terms, to ever play the game on their own terms. So imagine you're running that entire marathon, and the entire time you're going full force at it. That is physically and mentally draining at every point, so you really have to do some miraculous things in these rounds.
Yeah, and I like that you call it a marathon, because I heard some old words back in the day that it's all mental in these types of situations. You've got to keep your composure. You gotta know that this is going to take a while. You have multiple rounds you have to win, so take it one round at a time. Don't look towards the future. Just do what you can. And St. John's is doing a great job of just playing back and safe, but Brown Bala is not going to have any of it. Dropping that pit right outside of the window and going to be able to take over the middle. But Relay, sitting in the back, not able to find any help there. But Relay, you're getting the trade on Kenny. They do know where everybody is. Smalls has 3 in the round, but coming from the spawn. Boyd cleans up Relay. Man, St. John's is doing a much better job this round.
Yep, they're shutting down this aggression, holding these aggressive angles in Octagon, and trying to really just put on the pressure that you can't go fast, because if you don't, you're not going to clear me off, and I'm going to get at least one. You know, you have to kind of play slower, And that allows us to react to your game plan more. Because if you don't play slow, you're gonna run into one of us holding an angle with a judge, with a phantom, just in your face, ready to spray you down. But if you go slow, we have now the time to try and walk, to try and match you, match your numbers. It doesn't catch us off guard. And this Viper Spit is gonna make them even more cautious to rush any which way. And with those sheriffs, it's gonna be a disaster trying to force their way into this Viper's Pit.
Yeah, and I think that almost certainly sends them over to B unless they can somehow force through showers or just right through and find the Viper through the spray, but they're not even going to worry about it. They're going to leave relay for the rotate. Never mind, they're coming right back over to A. Maybe they're just trying to fake them out. There are 2 members over on B, so this would be advantage for Delaware. And obviously a little bit of a eco round here, light by as the Tour de Force is out for the chamber, and Knight looking for his ultimate to come online for St. John's. But looking at these 2 teams right now, I mean, your realistically only option is to go through showers here. Am I wrong?
Maybe it's your only way out, but even then, it's gonna be a chore. They're trying to clear, but look how much damage you've already taken. 1 HP, all it requires 1 phantom bullet. And now all the damage has accrued. And the finishing shots are coming through as well, through smoke, through walls, through whatever it needs to be. You just don't have the HP to survive it, and that's this round basically done and dusted. It's just Safadi here, trying to get these final ult points, maybe get the wall up for a round to try and force the way onto a site. But for now, there's no chance of increasing that round total.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, maybe they thought because they did a light buy and it wasn't, not too much invested, that they could afford to just try to, do a little bit of econ damage, find a couple kills. But Safadi's going to start this timeout, and that is going to be a Delaware timeout, as maybe they want to talk it over, thinking maybe that, Viper Pit wasn't the right push.
Yeah, and now they're kind of trying to calm themselves down. They had that 11-4 lead. Or was it 11-4 or 9-4? Am I crazy? 11-4. 11-4. It wasn't 11-4. I'm not crazy. Had that 11-4 lead, and they want to take it. They want to just kind of calm themselves down and go, guys, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We thought we won, but we really have to finish this out. 2 more rounds to go, guys. We got this. They're going to just slow down, talk about what they want to do, what the adaptations they need to make. They're coming up on a wall soon, but I really feel like they can try and punish one of these weaker sides, either the A site or the B site, after a good time of like defaulting, kind of playing slow, maybe trying to bait out the drone. Because what's really been happening is the drone is being saved for these late game retakes right now for St. John's, and it's really giving them such massive information in those retakes, which you really, really need it. So trying to maybe play fast and then fall off, not fall off, but kind of hold passive to force that's over to be the one to look for more information, and trying when they try to retake map control, have to be kind of force them in a bad position. Might just be the play they need.
I was gonna say, and honestly, I would really like to see them just attack this Silver, right? With that Trailblazer, you go right in with it. You start putting Astra stuff, Astra utility down, and you
Make
just
them
focus
scared.
it to a site. Yeah, make them back off. Don't let them use that utility to find out exactly what you're trying to do. As we see, Astra's gonna be the one following up with the bomb. No one's broken the site just yet, and they are just looking to see exactly how many people rotate over. Viper's got a really nice angle right now onto the side over the top. Heal's going to be put down for Delaware, trying to get everyone back to full health. And it's just Brown Bala sitting up here, lonely in hookah, trying to figure out exactly what the team wants to do. Viper Wall is set on B as well, so they're probably thinking this is the site they're going to hit. You still have 2 members over for St. John's on A, and they are looking for some recon information. Doesn't look like he's going to find anything. And no, puts the rocket away. Relay goes down from Smalls, but Spotty going to get the trade kill. And Jafster comes right in. Now Delaware finally breaking a site with the advantage, and they are going to be planting. Oh, I love Kenny here. He's just going to push right on in with the rocket. Doesn't find anything, expecting that to be a hard push by the Seekers. And the spray comes through. Exotic knowing exactly where he was from the jump. And that's going to be another one. And now, Bizarre, it's all up to you. Gotta hold it down from getting to the 12. And there's a 1 through the wall. This is getting very intense for Bizarre. Doesn't know anyone's behind him. Nice rotation through the middle. Knows the spray's coming. And through the wall. Doesn't find the kill. Now it's dangerous. It could actually be possible for Bazaar. Gets
Don't
one.
let him do
Now
this.
it's just Safadi.
Back to
The
work.
early spray, and Safadi's holding tight. Knows, but he doesn't know he's that close. And Bazaar finds
Does he have time?
It's over.
And
Does
I
he have time?
think
I think he does.
No.
No, he doesn't have time. No, not even that close. I just couldn't quite hear, but 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Wow, 2 minutes, 2 seconds and 2.19 seconds there on the defuse, but really well played to get that economic damage right before they die. If you're gonna lose that round, like it looked like you were going to, at least get those kills before you do. Hats off to Bazaar there, but now they're all on match point. And I really liked it there, you see? They kind of pushed aggressively, used that Trailblazer, like you said, pressure out the Sova, and then when he gets antsy, starts using things back. It wasn't the drone this time, but it was his ultimate. Then you can make the push. Once that utility is down, once those key cooldowns are now off the table, then you can start pushing in. And I really think that's what they kind of highlighted there in the break and the timeout, and they executed on that perfectly. Now we're playing a more centralized default, and oh, if that pick went Relay's way, that could have been it.
Yeah, and the gravity well right behind him didn't quite catch him, so Kenny was able to get clean shots off, and that is going to be Relay going down first. Due to the hands of Kenny, they are just going to push right on the site. The wall is down for Astra. They're just going to try to get this plant down and do a post plant setup, and they do have the Viper still up, so Delaware does have options here as far as that goes, and they're making the full use out of this as well as they can, making Kenny back up, and that's going to be U-Haul control, and that's going to put a lot of pressure onto St. John's with all of this coming through, and those there it is, the rotation, but the Sova's waiting for him, and Exotic waiting for that, but nobody's going to come.
I think they misread. They thought there'd be more rotators, but they were aware that that was a possibility. Bazaar does it again. Smalls with the assistance, and Knight comes in for the backstab. But a great spray down from Bazaar keeps them off it. They misread that situation. They thought they had more rotates over to A. They thought they were fooling them. But what they actually had was a chamber and a Sova set up for the potential teleport. Really well played there from St. John's to be cognizant of the fact that that TP can come in at any time. That's the bind. That's like the bind specialty, right? Is the fact that there's that TP available. Even if it looks like they're committing on the A, if they aren't fully committed with that spike almost down, or if they are deep sight with it, they can still TP. And St. John's was ready. They backed up away from A site. They said, okay, you guys can have it if you want it. We're going to get ready to contain you. And contain them they did.
Yeah, and mind games are in full effect here as Kenny gets another early pick again, but now it's going to be about who can out duel who can out mind game who, as St. John's is now on a bit of a roll. We had the early take from Delaware, and they won that round. They're one game away, but St. John's is on that marathon run. They are looking to get multiple wins here, and with just pistols this round for Delaware, it is looking pretty assured that we are going to get 12-9. We'll have to see how Brown Bala takes this engagement, but it's going to be taken out by Smalls right away, and that's going to be Void on the other side as well. It's the Odin spray taking her down, and it's pretty tragic right now for Delaware, but to be expected with the pistols. They're just trying to do a bit of econ damage.
Was just an eco. Was just an eco. Everyone, copium tanks, keep it up. Was just an eco. Okay? No need to panic right now. It looking like a 12-9 coming out here for St. John's. They've made it almost more than halfway back of what they needed to do. So now it's time. Can they finish it out? Do they have the stamina to finish this out? Do they have the ability to go these last 3 rounds to tie this up? And then they have to win overtime. Remember, it's not even over if they get these last 3 rounds and they win it back. They have to go to overtime against University of Delaware, who looked elite on their defense.
Yeah, and again, as I had predicted, St. John's and Delaware was going to be one of those ones to watch, and I think they are starting to deliver. St. John's has started to cruise and find their role, and the econ right now for St. John's is almost irrelevant because it won't matter if you lose and have money to buy next round, because there is no next round. There is no tomorrow for you. So I like what they're doing, spending money, getting the op, and then swapping back over to the gun they drop on the ground. This is intelligent play that we're seeing from St. John's, and they are starting to find their pocket in the groove now. And it gets the first pick for Smalls. Relay just poking out, and now Smalls is feeling pretty confident. Going to throw out that solo flash, looking to see if there's any more in hookah. And it's a nice tight B defense with 3 people on the perimeter, watching all the angles they could possibly come from, and it does look like they are going to call it right now. They're rotating. Yep, they're rotating. The wall for Viper is down on A. No rotations coming out from Delaware, it does look like they are going to be looking for an A hit.
And right now, I'm excited to kind of see how this A hit does end up developing. Odin already getting sprayed. They're worried about it. They have the rotations coming in. This is an earlier rotate than we usually see from St. John's, but they have that because they have the numbers advantage overall in the field. They're confident in moving over the Reyna. More poking and prodding here on short. Will this come of anything? There it is. They got it jumping in. They've committed to the site now. Kenny is going to have that paint. Oh, the paint shells are going to push them up. But Safari, Kenny down Smalls, just barely being seen through that Viper wall. Oh, no.
Kenny doing a great job of forcing people to get out of that little cubby area, but it forces him over to U-Haul, and Kenny did it just all he could, but it wasn't enough as Delaware finds the kill. But only 10 seconds left. Spike does get planted. Safari going down. Same with Jeffster. Exotic, though, trying to turn this around for Delaware, and does. Brings it back to a 2v2. Now St. John's has to find a way in there, but the Seekers have been called out. They know exactly where they're going to be, and they are just going to take defensive position.
Run! No, the gun!
And they found it. The blind's going to come through. Not a full blind, though. And it's just going to be Shock Darts trying to force him out of U-Haul. There's, excuse me, 2 different angles. So has to watch. Going to win the first 1v1. Knows that it could potentially be from either main or spawn or showers. Wow, now he knows Snakebite going to go down. And there it is. Brown Ball is going to close it out for Delaware.
So
and
close.
A close map. St. John's almost brought that all the way back.
I think the saddest part now for St. John's is they come off this defeat, right? And they have to go up against Butler right after, I believe. And man, that is going to be a rough one for them. Just coming off this loss, it was definitely doable. Bizarre had been so amazing so often, but the Snakebite comes through. He's just in a rough position, and the swing comes out from that Viper. Man, that was such a good. That's the best series we've seen so far. Hopefully, we get something close to that next time. But I mean, what do you kind of think about both these teams now?
I think that Delaware is looking really strong, and I think that St. John's didn't. Maybe it was the nerves, maybe it was not being warmed up or anything. But St. John's definitely proved to me that they have the mental and the stability to come back in these games and put up a fight. Right, and St. John's looking like the number 2, and Delaware with a close number 3, and I think that proved many times, and it was just coming down to who was more clutch. But in the end, St. John's does fall to Delaware as Delaware comes away with the win. But don't worry, St. John's is going to get a chance for redemption as they go against Butler, which is probably our match of the day. Go ahead and join us on the back end of this break, and we'll see you in just a minute.